Yeah, it's starting another week, and God Almighty, today is being hot. I won't lie to you, it's been a very hot day. God, really, when you think about what I'm doing here in this heat, I'm just saying to you, I'm going home. I'm done for the day. Uh, so before I go home, I'll just do a bit of stretching, and it was quite an interesting weekend when I was traveling for some capoeira event that was in London, and then on the following day was in York. So the body is on that mode, which is knackered. I'm absolutely tired from the weekend, plus some jobs to do as well. So, London bit was just the driving, the tiring part was just leaving home 4 in the morning to be in London early in the morning and then all day doing some activities and then come back in the evening. Accidents on the road, so I was supposed to get back home 11:30 in the evening. I got home, it was almost 2 o'clock because I had to take a lot of diversions. And the next morning, Sunday, yesterday, one of my students was organizing a capoeira event in York, and then it was another full day of training events. By the end of the day, I was already tired, and then what happens? We got to the restaurant, have some drinks, have some beers, have some food, and today I'm just a waste of space on earth because I'm absolutely tired. So I'm going home soon. So before I go home, I'm just going to do a little bit of stretching because even though when you are tired, you still need to keep training or at least to stretch so the pain won't be too bad for later on. Hey Leon, how you doing, buddy? How you keeping? Thanks for coming along. Today just finishing work a way earlier, so and it's hot. It's hot. It's about 29 to 30 degrees where I am here today, so I really don't want to spend much time in here anymore. I want to go home. I want to go to the garden, lie down on the hammock, probably get some beer. It's Scott Kid 64. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming back. How is life? How is life treating you? I hope you guys are all well. I'm doing good. I can't really complain about anything. That's the way to be, boy. That's the way to go. I can't complain, but I will because you guys didn't leave your like yet to the video. So that's my complaint. Oh boy. And as I said today, I didn't come prepared for the training at all as well. Because these trousers, they are not as stretched as some of the other clothes when I come to work here sometimes. It's quite challenging, to move in these clothes here today. But as I say, it's not gonna be for too long. It's gonna be only for a little bit, so it's all fine. Leo, I like the. How you doing, Leo? Thanks for coming back as well, buddy. I've told you how old I am, right? I forgot. I thought you are 20. Leon, you told me. You told me. Boy, I think you said you were 27 or 29. Am I right? 27 or 29? Forgive the old man, boy. As you know, memory is absolute fucked up. What I hear today, tomorrow is just the mind is just gone. The memory is not does not last for too long, you know. You said you were over 20. You said, I need to go back to the video because I understood you say you are much older than that. Oh boy, now makes me feel even older. I could be your dad. Gosh, what happens to me? I aged, I got older. What actually happened? No. I'm a very young man. Oh boy, you are a child. I wish I was 20, buddy. I wish I was 20. Now life would be so much easier when life is much easier when you are young, trust me. It's a way easier. Even to stretch, even to do some training. But don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I like getting old. I like aging slowly. I like the fact I'm 40 plus and I'm still okay to do a bit of training, a bit of exercise, you know. I must have lied about my age in the beginning because nobody really takes me seriously. But I'm 15, I'm about to turn 16. Level combatant fast. Aha! Here we go. I've been training anyway since I was very young. I knew you were much younger than we were saying before because I do remember you saying 27, 29, and then. Oh, child, don't worry, I could be your granddad now. Oh, see the results of the weekend, just very body is tired. Body's about just to say, look, it's a lot. I didn't get much sleep last week, and I'm just trying to cope with the training. But today is one of the hardest days. And of course, bring the heat on it as well. But even though it's a hard day, it's no excuse to not train. There is no excuse, okay? So even though you just do a couple of stretches here and there, everything will count in the end of the day. Even only some handstands, and my phone is not great. Something is really bad happening with my phone. There are some marks in it. I'm gonna have to send my phone away for repairing. Not now, not now. But really. Combat related faster than mania. 15. Liam, I understand a bit when you say you lied about your age before because people don't take you serious. But that's not a good start, young fellow. Don't bring lies because that may not put people to trust you in future. No, here, I'll trust you and I believe in you. I believe in the humanity, I believe in people. You know, everybody must be taken seriously in their own points of view or opinions or whatever they do for their lives. But I can kind of understand when you say people don't take you very seriously about martial arts, about fights. People never do. That's the reality. People don't take me serious after 34 years of training. People, they don't give a damn. They don't give a shit. People, they want to mind their own business, you know. And whenever a situation comes and then On the beginning, is a kind of you need to prove yourself to your teachers. You need to prove yourself to people around you, the path that you are going. On the martial arts point of view, you need to train to prove to those who are training you. They do something which is going to make you a better person in future. Okay? When you get to a certain age and people start criticizing you, talking about you, I say about myself, I don't care. As long as people are talking about me, that's fine. As long as people are not put their hand on me, that's a different matter. That's when you start thinking, yeah, well, people will say, I don't like you, and they're gonna name their own reasons why they don't like me. What difference that will make in my life? Absolutely none. It's just people will complain, people will say whatever they want because you can only give what you have. So, if the heart is full of anger, that's the only thing you have to offer somebody. Anger. If you only insult people all the time, even like sometimes some guys they come here to the live, regardless what I'm doing, they're gonna come here, swear, and they're gonna leave, they're gonna disappear. What difference that will make in my life when the people start swearing? They are not even there to get my answer, my reply, so I'm not even bothered. Just look at it and I laugh. Because I just think, well, another loser, in the words, who didn't find a nice path to walk in or didn't find anything to be good at. So these people, they just come on the social media to to express themselves. And if you only swear at people, that's everything what you get is just this anger, is just this bad behavior. Now, people can be whatever they want. People can do however they please. But life will teach people lessons. We don't have to get annoyed against these people because they will condemn themselves, whatever they are doing. As I say, it's not up to me to judge anyone anymore. People can do whatever they want. They can talk about me. They can swear at me. They can say whatever. I didn't think you would take me seriously, and I'm a big wanting respect, because to be a man is to be respected. I don't have actual records that I'm going to karate tournament when I'm 17. It can a very skilled fighter. I didn't think you would have taken me serious, and I am big on wanting respect. Leon, forget about all of that shit what somebody put on your head, boy. To get a respect from people, you don't have to be a fighter. To be respect from people, exactly, you have to be a man. But in what context you say you have to be a man? Because a man is not only about those who can fight or can be angry all the time or challenging themselves or swearing at people. It's a completely different ways of thinking, but you can be respected by not even opening your mouth. If you have the charisma, if you have something to offer to people around you. And even though if you said to me before you were 12 years old, you still would have my respect like everybody else. We have people here, they are they are 9, 10 years old. The respect does not come from the fact you are strong, or you want to be skilled fighter, or you want to be a great martial artist. The respect does not come from that. The respect will come from your personality. It will come from what you can offer to people. But going on the back, some people, they will tell you, no, you are just a man if you can fight, if you can go on the street, if you get girls, if you do drugs, if you do alcohol, blah, blah, blah. This is all bullshit. You don't have to do none of that to be respected and treated as a person, as a man. This conception of macho, alpha, it does not apply in this world anymore, boy. It does not apply to none of us anymore. And the only people which will not respect you are those people who you should not be around them. If a person is not showing you respect, you should not be around those people because they don't have respect themselves. They just create like this little ball, this little sphere, and they put themselves inside and they say, I'm the best, I'm this, I'm that. I can still say to you right now and to whoever asks or to any of my friends, um, I started training martial arts when I was 8 years old. I don't even believe I'm skilled until now. Because every single day there is something new for people to learn. Every single day will be a different points of view on the fact is we can be good in moving the body. We can be good having the skills and fighting and the training. But the most important things in martial arts is how to avoid conflict, how to avoid the fight, and how to be respected by those who look upon you and they can see your soul, not your physical body. You don't worry about people who comes to you and these are the easiest people to talk about. Be careful with those people coming laughing at you at all times. You never know when the danger will come. You never know when and who might betray you. When they come laughing all the time. You can never decodificate who these people are or what they want from you. But those people who come say, you have to do that. Don't bother. They are just I'm not saying all of them, but most of them, they are just frustrated people who didn't make anything for themselves in their lives, and they are trying to do the same to others who are around them. Okay, so to be a man, we don't have to have skills. To be a man, we don't have to be angry. To be a man, we don't have to challenge the world. We don't have to go around people and tell them what we are or what we can do. The less people know about you, the better. The less people know about your skills, the easiest survive, you know. Whatever I show here to you guys, whatever I do here when I come to stretch a little bit, to do a bit of training, I never teach anyone absolute anything. Like all the time I have guys coming here and ask me questions. I know Filipino sticks fighting and knives fighting. I know karate, Muay Thai, judo, boxing. That's the thing. If you know it, you should not be worried about what people might think about you. Okay? Filipino and knife sticking fights. I've been doing that for many, many years. For absolutely many years. And people still look at me like, do you know how to hold a stick? Do you know how to hold a knife? Yeah, but if I'll show you, what difference it will make? I better not show people anything and then keep it for myself. Your knowledge in martial arts, it must be kept for yourself. Don't give it to people. Don't tell people, don't show people what you can do. Show people what people wants to see. Like I have a stick in my hand. What I want to see, you want me to come here and show people the 5 deadly strikes on Filipino screamer. Why? So yeah, I can see if we come here and show, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What difference it will make? People simply will learn how to protect themselves against things what may have to attack them. People ask me, can you teach me self-defense against knives? Can you teach me defense against sticks? And I say, absolutely not. I don't teach people how to protect themselves against knife. I'm not going to teach you how to protect yourself against a stick. I'm not going to teach you how to protect yourself against a machete. I'm going to teach you how to run. I'll make sure your knees are great and you have skills to run and disappear to the right space. I can teach you how to manipulate sticks. I can teach you how to manipulate knives, but never defense against them without you knowing how to use them. And then people say to me, so you know nothing. Exactly. I know absolutely nothing. The less people know about your skills, the less people know what you can do, the easier your life becomes. Okay? There is this say, I only believe you can live in peace when you learn how to fight. But it's not a physical fight anymore, but you need to fight against your own desires. You need to fight against your own demons, which is there. Okay? It's just that conscience you need to have. There is no need for conflict. There is no need to close my fist. There is no need to attack or to harm absolutely anyone. Situations, turn around, walk away. Before the fight breaks, before the fight starts. And when someone comes to me and say, you need to prove you are a man, prove you are a man, turn around, walk away from these people, because they are the ones who's gonna put you in trouble. They are the ones who's gonna make the situation to happen to put you in that type of situation. And I can say that because that what happened to me almost my entire life. I just like being respected as a fighter. Forget about that. Forget about that. Nobody will respect us as a fighters, because I put a lot of work into becoming one. So become one. Don't worry about what people will think about you as a fighter. Don't worry what people will think about you as a martial artist. Do your best for yourself, not for others. Absolutely never for anybody who will come and ask. And God Almighty, you are 15. You are only 15. The life hasn't even started yet for you to put your skills on the practical way to use it. You may have some conflicts at home, at school, someplace here and then, but don't wait for these conflicts to come so you can prove to people your skills. Don't show people your skills. Train for yourself. Train for you. That's what I do. People won't see me doing much. They will see what I can do. What I'm just around here, like I stick. What am I doing here? Nothing. I'm just holding a piece of stick. And look, what people care about this? What am I doing? And then people say, well, these are not skills what you're going to use in a fight. And we say, absolutely not, because I'm doing this, the stick will fall like, oh, fall. What is the point of me holding a stick here and show people where you can actually hit them and then put the stick in as it needs to defense? People don't care about it, buddy. People don't give you a shit. And we should not give a shit about what people think about us as fighters. Or about you, because I'm not a fighter. As I said, I'm not a fighter. People keep asking, are you a fighter? I say, no, I'm not. Who are you? A human being. I'm just another person. I'm just a young fellow. According to my age, I'm a young fellow. For a lot of you, I'm old, but I'm young for myself. I've never run from a fight. Even if I know I'm going to lose, I stand there and I tried my best. So start from now on then, buddy. Run. Run to live another day. I've seen so many young guys like yourself trying to prove themselves to someone who was forcing them to prove what they could do. We succeed time to time. We're going to become great time to time. You're going to get into a combat with someone. You may succeed 5, 10, 20, 100 times, but one day you're going to find someone who had greater skills than what you do. And I say that by experience. I say that because once I was at your age and I believed exactly the same thing what you are telling me right now. You need to fight to prove people they need to respect you. People don't need to respect anybody. You don't need to respect anyone. You choose to respect them, to have an easier life, to have an easier way of seeing the words. Because most of the times when you challenge the word, it's chaotic. And you can have as much skills as you want. You can be a master in many different types of martial arts and whatever you want to do. You go out on the street, you see a fight, you want to pick the situation, you never know who is the people who you want to fight against. You don't know what they are, you don't know who they are, you don't know what they are carrying in the pockets, you don't know who is around them. And then when you tell me, you go and you pick a fight, even though you know you're going to lose, but you still go for it, stop it. That's an advice of someone who is being in so much trouble in their lives and is not worth at all. Is not worth at all, buddy. Okay? Because the scars, they will stay with you for the rest of your life. And sometimes I'm not talking about only the scars, what you can see or you can show to people as a prize. Look, I was fighting someone. Look, I have this scar over here, or I have another scar over there. That's the result of fight. This is not good for no one. Mainly for you in a younger age. You need to change your mindset. Whoever you are training with or whoever is teaching you, if that's the mentality they are putting to you, you may reconsider asking them, is that the right thing what you are doing? Because you can fight as much as you want, but one day you're always going to end up finding someone who trained a lot more than you and have much more skills than what you do. And then it's not that you're not going to get the respect, what you are after, and plus you may lose something in there. So to gain respect in martial arts, in fights, you don't have to harm people. You just need to be there when people need you. You need to be there around people who are lifting you up and put you on a stage when you can say, I succeed in life. You know, I'm able to avoid situations. I develop skills where I don't have to close my fist to defeat an opponent. This is what martial art is about. It's not about fight, it's not about being respected. And as you say now, all the time you tell me something different about your age. And then it brings me to the point, which should I believe? 29, 27, 20, 15, it doesn't matter. It does not matter at all what age you are. You're still gonna have my respect. I don't care if you are 2, 4, 5, 6 years old. People, they need to learn how to respect people in all the sense, not just because they can fight or because they can pick a fight against you or because they're strong. The respect does not come from it. The respect comes from your personality, who you are. Because I've seen a lot of fighters, and I'm going to share something with you, Leon. I'm gonna share something with you. Probably you're gonna not like, you will not like what I'm gonna say to you. But the people who has less of my respect, most of them, they are fighters. They are the ones who has the least of my respect. Now, when I say that, I mean those guys who are looking for trouble all the time, they have the least of my respect. People who has the massive of my respect are the ones who come to the gym, they train, they mind about their own business, they are worried about their self-development, not because they want to show the world what they can do, but because they learn how to control themselves against situations, you know. I'm the best fighter, Christoph. I'm a master of ego, kung fu. You see, guys, we can be whatever we want. We can be whatever you want. When people ask me, what are you? What do you do? Who are you? The only thing I'm going to say to people is, I'm an actor. I'm just a simple actor, which I pretend I have skills, and people will believe I have some skills. I will pretend I know what I'm talking about, and some people will believe. Now, not necessarily people need to know who I am when I turn the camera down, because you guys don't. You guys don't know what I do on my daily basis. So there are a lot of people who I know for over 15 years, and they don't know I practice martial arts. I have people who live just next door, my neighbors, and I speak to them almost every day about life, about whatever comes to speak, to talk about. They don't know I practice any sports or any martial arts, because when I'm there, what am I doing when I'm at home? I'm minding my garden. I'm just put some plants on the garden. I'm sweeping the floor. I'm playing with my son with the bike. They don't need to know what I do. They don't. My students, they never saw me fighting. And I'm talking about people who followed me for almost 20 years. My students, they never saw me fighting. They never saw me training on the way of saying the word. They've seen me doing things here and then, but they haven't seen me on the occasion when I have to put my skills up on test. Why? Why am I bothered about that? Why are you bothered about that? You know, I go out in the evenings. I have like maybe 5 or 6 bouncers who works in nightclubs and pubs on the city where I live. I do private class for them. People who work with them, they don't even know they train with me. And sometimes I'm just going there and they say, look, today is full. You know, the place is full, it's too busy, so we're not taking people here anymore. And I just say, yeah, fair enough. I just turn around and walk away. And then I see some people come from nowhere, like fighters. And they say, right, I want to go in, I'm going to pay for it. And they ask me, well, we need to keep calm, we need to keep cool, but sometimes we need to react. They say, yes, but that's your choice. That's your choice. Now, what I'm teaching you is not for you to come here and start punching people, but is how to control the situation. If you get attacked, you know what to do, but not holding people and turn them around and hitting people. In my city, people know me because some people know me from the capoeira. Some people, they don't even know my nickname. People don't even know I have a little channel here because I don't want none of these people around me to know what I do. I just want them to understand what we're doing around ourselves, who we are. You know, if I can help some of the neighbors, oh, I'm going to help you to cut the grass. I'm going to help you to, in whatever they need. That's how you're going to gain respect from people. Not hating people, not fighting people. Ego Clan is strong as my style. I never step back from a challenge. Come to fight, Arzin, if you think you are better than me. No, thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. I'm not fighting with you. Currently, I never lost a fight. I'm the best fighter in the small town. Hold on. I'm the... nobody beat me yet. Don't look for someone to beat you up, Liam. Trust me, boy. One day you will regret it. Beware what you wish for. Bro, I'm actually 15, but my forearms are 11 inches and I have six pack. And you can see my lateral muscles from the front and the very stupid fighters knowing several martial arts are and being good. I'll tell you something, boy. At your age, that's the time when you should reconsider your thoughts. If you want to get to my age, I challenge many people in my life, boy. I've challenged so many people, so many fighters, so many gangs in Brazil. I've done stupid things which I regret in these days, which I'll never put myself in the situation to do that again. Now, this is one of the mentality you need to start changing. And you are at the very age you can do some good change for your life, changing the mentality. Take the anger out of your system, Liam. Okay? Whoever taught you something and said to you have to be angry, you have to be the best fighter, you have to be the strongest one, you have to beat everyone up. Reconsider who you are training with or what you are training, because that will get you absolutely nowhere. Not with the attitude. I'm not saying about the skills, but as I say, look, it will bring you nothing but trouble for your life. This is the thing which is easy for you now when you are 15. Things change when you are 18. Things change when you are 25. Things change when you are 30. Body starts changing when you are 35. Body changes when you are 40. And plus, and so on and so on. The train is not about to beat anyone or to challenge people to fight there. You need to be strong for yourself, because you might be, as you say, you might be strong, you never lost a fight, because you never got a fighter. You get people around you who maybe has the same thoughts what you are having about martial art. But this is not the way you treat martial arts. Because from the moment when we start going for fights and beating people up, this is everything what martial art is not about. Martial art is not about harming people. It's about making community. It's about relaxing, controlling the anger, and just live a beautiful, normal life. As I say to people, they would say to me, yeah, but what is the point of fighting if people can use guns and use weapons and whatever, da 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 da. I went through all of that shit. I trained officers in my life. I trained officers on you name it. You name what we were trained, what we were fighting for. And now you get to the age when I start thinking now, have I done anything wrong on the past about those guys who I was training then? Because I left marks in them and they're going to have those marks for the rest of their lives when they want to challenge me on that point of the fight. And I always told anyone, you want to fight someone, you want to put your body in a challenge, fight me. That's what I always said to my students. And they say, well, I can't fight you, so if you can't fight me, you can't fight nobody else on the street. Until you start understanding, and I had a student that was, oh boy, he was a young fellow as well. He started training with me when he was about 12, and then he trained until he was 19. And one day I asked him to not come to the class anymore because he was having different ideas than what I was actually teaching him. And then he says something like, um, right, I think you are too old even to beat me up, even though you taught me what I know, but I think you were just saying that you put me out of your school because you are too old and you don't want to see me progressing in life. You don't want to see how much more I can develop. And what could I say? That was his words to me. And I said, you are right. I'm getting too old. Probably in 2 years' time, I'm not going to be able to beat you in a fight anymore. Probably I'm not going to be able to, lift my hand and then you're going to come against me and then you're going to just put me down on the floor. And then his last words was, yeah, I better go because one day I don't want to shame you because I can kill you straight away with my skills. And I said, anytime. Just don't forget, whatever I can teach you how to use, I taught you how to do it. I taught you how to use these skills. And there is a lot of more things which you're not going to have the chance to learn from me. But I'm not going to take your challenge because it's easier for me just to let you go than go in confrontation against you. There is no need for those confrontations. Anyway, 10 years later, I have the guy knocking my door, apologizing for the behavior he had on the past, and asking if I would accept him to come back to my school. And I would simply say, no, no, no. Because once you break the line, you're always going to break it again. You give chance to people, you do. But you're not trusting to have those kind of people in your life ever again, because you don't know what they have done when they went out. Probably he just got, I don't know, life just got harder, or maybe he found someone who was not showing him the respect that I was. And I wish him all the best. I even told him, look, you have skills to open your own school, your own club. You don't need me for absolute anything. Oh yeah, but I want to come back here. And I said, that's the thing, you want to, but I don't want to have you back here. Because the thing about being a fighter, or go to the gym and train, or finding a club where people teach you how to do something, they are doing it for the money. I don't do martial arts for money. I don't care how much money you're going to give to me. If I say I don't want you in my class, I simply don't want you in my class because that's it. But I will happily teach you for free if I find a person who actually needs to learn something, or is not a lost cause, which can come back and learn some new skills, but for the head, not for the body. So people now, like you said, Leon, you are a very good fighter. You beat the people up. That's what you say. That's what people sees around you. And how do you want people to respect you if you want to beat everyone up? It will be no one left to respect you in that case. Because sometimes, people, they just get annoyed. Well, I'm scared of that person. I'm scared of this guy so much. He beats everyone. One day, I'm going to do something bad against him because I'm scared of him. Not because, and people will not respect you for that. People may be afraid of you, but not respect. And it does not last too long. It doesn't. Life's too short. Sometimes we think, and I'm not saying you are wrong to think the way you think now. We need to think according to our age. So when I was a child, I allowed myself to think like a child. When I became an adult person, I allowed myself how to think as an adult person. I became a father. I need to learn how to think, how to be father. From the river to the sea, I respect Bob. Bob. Yeah. But you have to respect everyone. Not only Bob can harm you, all of the other forces as well. I get what you mean. Okay, hold on. Was quite a lot of message here. Okay. Oh, let me go back and then see if I can find. Okay, that's longer than the 15. Okay, here. I never get respect no matter what I do, Jay. Leon, you stop the cup. You ain't on everyone would beat you, I bet. Here we go again. Hungry. Not a lot of people can beat me. I just don't know how to make people respect me. It drives me crazy. I get what is driving me crazy. I mean to say I'm a very good fighter, not stupid. But I have such a drive to fight when I challenge your quiz and I can't back down. I don't know why. How you doing, my brother? Hey, how you doing, brother? You cool? No capoeira today. Boy, I've been doing capoeira since the last Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then went to London, and then yesterday in New York. Today I'm a waste of a space. I was trying to do 100 stunts. My body is just shut. My body is just fucked. I was trying to do a bit, but the past few days it's been long days training. River Seal, long days training. Liam, such a. Jay said, don't know why people don't research what's this one, but I have such a drive to fight when I challenge your course. Leon, I'll tell you something, boy. You have such of these things to fight when I fight your course because you are only 15. That's the only way you know how to respond to it. That's what I'm telling you, boy. I don't care what you know. I don't care who you trained with. I don't care what your skills are. I don't care who you are. I don't care nothing about you. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And you're still gonna have my respect. You're still gonna have the respect from me. I don't know from the others. I don't know what people think about you. I don't even know you. I don't even saw a picture of you. I never saw you train. I never saw you doing absolutely anything. And same, go both ways because you don't know anything about me. You don't see me train. You don't see anything about me. But one thing I can tell you is straight away, Liam. Now is the time to stop the anger. It's time to stop challenging yourself because sometimes we get what we look for, And I understand the fact when you say, I don't know how to deal with situations and I get angry and I need to fight to get rid of the anger. I don't understand that. That's why I'm telling you, you better reconsider seeing who you are training with, because if your teachers are not able to help you in that, this is a problem. This is a problem. Because I can say for now, you have my respect, like everybody here, they have my respect. But if you keep challenging people around, if you keep going outside, I don't even know who you are. Maybe someday, I don't even know where you live. I think you live in London. Can you imagine? I'm just walking in London because what you see here now, the way I'm dressed, you're not going to see me dressed exactly this way when I'm in London or whatever I'm doing there. And can you imagine a situation when I'm just walking on the street, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you are doing. But sometimes a fight will break right in front of me. And it might be you fighting there with someone, I don't know, could be. And then with all that anger, you can beat someone up and then you're going to turn around to me and then you're going to close your fist to me. What do you think I'm going to do? I don't know who you are. I cannot say, oh, that's Leon. Oh, no, look, it's me. It's me. You can see me. I can't see you. I don't know how you look like. I don't know how you walk. I don't know how you talk. I don't know how you behave. But I can just be walking with my walking stick, going to London with my backpack, and I'm just looking around, talking to people, and I see a couple of guys fighting right in front of me. That could be you fighting someone else. Nothing to do with me. But you're just going to get to the point when you can't control your anger anymore. So you're going to beat one person, going to beat another one, and then I'm just walking there, and then I see you close your fist to me, and I'm just taking a step back. But if you take one step forward towards me, I'm not going to give you the chance to beat me up. I will not. Mainly because when I see young people coming towards me, I always tend to avoid the situation. Because I'm a 40 years old man. I cannot run as fast as you guys in your 20s. I'm not as fast, as strong as you guys are. But I am a man who survived 4 decades of life, not just because I was running away. I know what I do on the street, and I know what I can do if I have to use. You guys don't. I know how I can control my temper, but also I know how to react even before you know I'm there. That's why I'm saying it's not easy to control the anger. But if you have any problem control the anger, drop me a message later on Instagram or wherever else, or come in the comments, post me, or we can have a word one to one. We can have a talk. We can have a talk about that. We can have a talk about life. We can have a talk about behave, because also I worked for some time with people with learned disabilities or challenging behavior or very angry people. You know, nothing is not new for me. Whatever you say there, for me is not new. It might be for you things what you might need to stop, think, and react and reconsider. You know, life is not about fighting. Life is not about uh, getting respect from people because you are a good fighter. You need to get respect from people because you are a good person, because you can avoid situations. Now, I've seen so many young kids saying exactly the same thing what you're saying now. Well, I'm the best in my seat. I was the best. Da, da, da. When I was a child, in my seat, I saw all of those guys who were beating everyone. I was getting beaten from them all the time. You know, when I was a child, when I was what, 12, 13 years old, people were beating me at school so much. You know, and I didn't want to be around those people. But one day things change, you know. Uh, and if you're beating people today, people never forget your face. People never forget things, what you have done to them. Mainly the bad ones. People tend to forget good things, but not the bad ones. Um, and there is always the worry, if you are doing something bad to someone, these people will try to get it back one day. And I see that happening every single day, everywhere in the world. You know, nothing, as I say, there is a lot of things in this world which I don't know about. Okay, there's a lot of things in this world which I will die one day and I will never find out. Things which I want to learn, I want to know people's behavior, how people live, survive. You know, there's a lot of things, Leon, which I don't know what to say or what to do or when to react. But surely I have lived well enough to see a lot of things which a lot of people, maybe double of my age, even my father, haven't seen yet. I lived that far to see things which is different, you know. So learning how to calm down is not easy, but it's might. It's not easy control the emotions, but if you can't control your emotions, now is the time to start learning how to do it. So in a few years time you will know how to do it. um I don't know, I just don't want to be seen weak, because I used to be seen nothing but weak person, and now I'm seen as a strong person, and it feels good. It does feel good, it feels powerful, it feels like I can do whatever I want, it feels like I'm invincible, it feels like, yes, people, they see me, people respect me, people are afraid of me. No, it's just an illusion. Trust me, boy. It's the moment. I allow you to live this moment as you wish, because you only think like a 15 years old. When you are 20, and we're gonna have this conversation again, and if you will think exactly the same, or if your mentality will change. But being strong is not, being a fighter is not being strong, you know. Is not being strong. People see you as a weak person. I love when people, they look at me and they think I'm a fool, or they think I'm stupid, or they think I'm a weak. That's what I want. That's what I want them to think, because I can live in peace. I can just breathe. You know, I can just go outside and have a beer in the pub I can sit in the park, I can go wherever I want because people think I'm not gonna mess with this fool. He's a waste of time. I'm not gonna fight this guy. It's pointless. That's what I want people to see me. I don't want people to see me as a threat because the way they will come for you one day is completely different. People will not come to fight you the same way they want to come and fight me. Probably they're gonna come with a lot more um, power, with a lot more anger if they're gonna fight you than me. Because I'm just a nobody. Because I am just an unknown person. I'm just like that weak person who walks limping on my walking stick, putting my hat over my head and just walk without being noticed by no one. And that's what I want. That's what I need. That's how I survive. No, I live in a small town in America. Boy, trust me, change your mindset. Do change your mindset because that will bring you trouble in future. Trust me. Trust me on that one, Leon. Trust me on that one. Okay. I grew up in the streets of Brazil. I grew up with people putting guns on my face. I grew up with people shooting over my head. I grew up on the place where I had to run, and we had to run in Brazil. I come from a place where you are walking or you are sleeping, and a bullet will find you either in your house or on the street. And it's not worth showing people how strong you are because you want to be the warrior or the chief or the godfather of the streets. See it in a different way, and you're gonna live easier. Train hard. Train harder than what you train now. See no thing holding you on the bloody training. Punch a tree, punch something until you break your fingers. And they want to grow stronger again. Headbutt the wall. Don't give a damn about it. Train yourself. You know. Train yourself. I'm a very young person because I used to be as a weak and used to be bullied. Take this anger away of your system, boy. Being angry means absolutely nothing. It just means trouble coming to you all the fucking time. I know it. I know it. Don't let people control you because this is what you're telling me here is what I believe you people who trained you said to you. You have to be younger. You have to. Da, 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 da. People bully me until nowadays. You know, whatever I'm walking about, people are racist against me. People bully me all the time. Do you think I give a damn? I give a shit. Not at all. You need to know who you are. If you know who you are, don't give a damn about what people will think about you. It's a different way. It's a different word. Okay? But don't worry, it will change. Or people will force you to change. Or the worst case scenario, the life will force you to change, or the life will simply say to you, no, it's time to go. So be careful. Be careful when when you beat people up, when you threaten people. You feel good because you feel stronger. Uh, you don't know what goes inside people's head. One day, people just because of they are afraid of you, they're gonna get you. Just because of the fear they have from you. So it's not worth. As I said before, go Nego Teta Capoeira on my Instagram. Drop me a message in there. We can have a conversation. We can talk about it. Okay? So I shall let you guys carry on. It's been almost an hour. I didn't even expect I'll be here for an hour. It's hot. I'm going home. I want to go with my little boy, my son, go to the garden, just have a beer, or just let the chickens out, or just jump on the bus and go with him somewhere to the park to enjoy life. Life is just too short. Okay, guys, thank you very much for those who stayed here until now. Thank you very much for the if anyone have subscribed for this channel today. I hope you did. I don't know if you have. But I much appreciate the likes. I appreciate the subscription. I appreciate the conversation, Leon, Jay, and everybody who passed here and dropped a message. I really appreciate that, guys. And remember, Leon, you don't have to be a fighter to gain my respect. You have my respect. But that respect can be lost. Depends on the decision you're gonna make in future. But for now, I'm not here to judge you. I'm allowing you to be 15 years old and you think as a 15 years old. We have this conversation in 5 years' time when you are 20, and then we will see from there where we are if we have the chance.